Well, hello everybody, welcome to Red Tool House. Today is moving day. And you may be thinking, wait a minute, Troy, shouldn't it be grass cutting day? Yeah, probably. But our chicks that are in our brooder are 5 weeks old now, a little bit more than 5 weeks. So we got to get them out of there because they've definitely outgrown it. And we're going to move them to a Suscovich tractor that we've modified to be kind of an intermediate brooder before they're old enough to join the main flock. So we'll show you what we've got. So you can see these rascals have, there's 50 of them in there, and they've definitely maximized this space out. You can see where they've been roosting on my feed bars and my water bar, and actually here on the edge of the brooder itself. Been over here scratching around and stuff. So we need to get these ladies out and get our intermediate brooder set up. So this should be a pretty good indication of how much rain we've literally had in the last month. It has been the wettest July that I can ever remember. So July 4th is when we processed our Cornish cross, all the ones we had in our 3 tractors. And this whole area had been grazed by the Cornish cross. So everything back there was just flat, mowed down, grazed pasture. And you can see it's knee deep in places now. That's how fast it's come back. So I parked the tractors here so I could have easy access to them. Of course, the one that I want is the one that's in the back. This one's been modified a little bit so we can put egg-laying chickens in it, and they not just sit here fallow most of the year when we're not running Cornish cross. So let me drag this one out and I'll show you what we got. Famous last words, right? The modifications I did to this tractor were simply just add some roosting bars. You can see them in there, just across the top of the walls. So 2 roosting bars there. What is that, 6 feet wide? So that's 12 feet of roosting bars. And then of course this year we put the Duncan wall feeder on the inside so I can reach in easily and add feed. And that worked out really well for the Cornish cross. I think it's going to work out even better for the egg layers. Of course, in the back we have our bell water and our bucket that we pour into, so no big changes there. So these chickens, I will not put them in the chicken tractor down here in the bottom pasture. This is down below the house at the front of the property. We have a little bit of predator issues, so I'd have to keep it electrified or just have to be certain that raccoons aren't getting their hands underneath it. What I'm going to do is take this tractor up to the house. Kelly likes it at times when I put the chicken tractor in the yard and run the chickens through so they can fertilize the yard. Really gets it green and healthy and eats out a lot of the some of the broadleaf and just it's a nice natural way to do some lawn maintenance there and not use chemicals or those type of things. So I'm going to take the tractor up there, have less predator issues. I would say the dog would be helpful in keeping the predators away, but just last night there was a possum in the cat food bowl on the back porch as the dog watched from the couch in the living room. So unfortunately, timber has become more of a family member than a farm extension. And that is not of my doing, so you guys know how that works out. So if we have to electrify it when we get up to the house, we'll do that, but I'm going to try not to at first. So, need to get it loaded up and then we'll haul some chickens. Mark. No. Don't leave me. Give him a come. So obviously this is the chicks' first time on grass, and you can see that's one thing our yard has plenty of is clover. So they are just going to town on that. I just love watching birds get on new grass or grass for the first time. These little gals are just going crazy. Of course they know how to drink from the water because they've had one in their brooder before. The feeder will take them a little bit to get used to. They're going to enjoy this grass before they come back over here and mess with feed. I don't know if we documented it when we got these chickens, but we just got ordered a batch of 50 brown egg layers. Obviously there was a run on chickens this year, and by the time we wanted to get some to replenish our flock, it was best just to get a run of brown egg layers. So I'm pretty certain these guys are, most of the ladies there are golden comets. Could be Rhode Island red, but there's just a lot of white in their feathers that makes me think they're golden comet or another sex-link type bird. The jailbirds, barred rock, or oh, for crying out loud, you guys know what the other striped ones like that are. Barred rock, to me they look almost exactly the same. But what's new for us that I've not run into yet are these guys. See the fluffy, they're the featherfoot, and I think maybe they're Brahmas, but I've never had any of those before. So if you guys know, comment below. But you can see their markings. They definitely have a lighter tan, almost a buff color. But they got those crazy little half feathered feet. That one in the back there just cracks me up. Looks like some high dollar woman wearing ski boots, big fluffy ski boots when they're at the lodge. So yeah, comment below if you let me know what those are. So they're probably not going to jump on the roost first thing tonight. These two roost bars they have here, they may actually end up sleeping in the corner. It's usually what the chicks do, although they have been roosting down in the brooder. So they may check it out tonight. I'll come back out after dark and check on them. But it may take a couple days before they try it. All right, so hopefully they will adjust well up here to the grass. Yeah, there's all kinds of benefits in having them up here. Hey, it makes my morning task a little easier. Still got to go down to the valley for the pigs, but I can obviously run around here real quick and check on their feed and water. The beauty of this is that much feed. My goodness, that holds, I think it holds about 30 pounds. So for these little girls, this would be, probably a week's worth of food, maybe a little less. Water, you fill up every couple days, but be back here checking on them daily. Being this close to the garden, of course, Kelly's got some rotten produce. She can toss it in here. That'll really be a nice supplement for them as well. We'll be able to move around as we need to. Got plenty of space here to move the tractor around. Still keep it in close range of the house. Keep it safe. Since there's not a lot of uneven ground here in the yard, I'm not as worried about the predators raccoons getting under and grabbing them like the Cornish cross. They got a couple down there because there was some really uneven spots in the meadow. And of course the Cornish cross are always laying on the ground. They don't roost. So as soon as these girls roost, then I think we'll have no issues with predators. And yeah, we don't have a lot of raccoons coming through this area. It's a possum from now and then, and usually if timber scents all over the place, it usually keeps them away. So there's no need for nesting boxes, of course, too, because they're so young. By the time they get to laying age, that 24 weeks and up, then they'll be ready to go in with the main flock. And hopefully that'll be in our new mobile coop if I've got everything done right. We'll see how that goes. You know how it is with projects around here at Red Tool House. But I think this will be a good transition for them. This would be like the teenage years, hanging out, getting some grass, getting more sunlight, of course, getting out of the brooder. They don't need heat, anything like that, especially this time of year. But that's one of the neat things I like about the Suscovich style tractor. It makes sense to use it for a roosting bird because you can put roost bars in it. The roof is high enough. Salatin style, of course, big, wide, more birds in it, but you couldn't use it for dual purpose. And since we only run one batch of Cornish cross a year right now, then these tractors are just kind of hanging out for most of the year. So it's nice to be able to get double use out of them. Well, before I wrap up, don't forget, if you haven't signed up for our flashlight drawing, just go to our e-newsletter, sign up, and we will get you in that drawing. Of course, we're not going to blow you up with emails. I think we send two a month, maybe. So check that out, and we'll be sure to update everybody on what's going on here. All right, take care, everybody.